sweet wife. You are the sweetest wife on earth, as sweet as fact as Hera herself.
And you, Ceyx, son of the morning star, outshined Zeus himself.
I dare say, my mortal Hera, your kisses are better by far than your immortal counterpart.
And my own Zeus, your comeliness exceeds your immortal counterparts at Olympus.
Such bliss, such happiness. We are the Zeus and Hera of Thessaly. Ha, do you hear that, Hera?
Yes, they call each other by our names.
I do not like it when mortals presume too much.
Well, and in a way, it's a compliment.
A compliment when mortals equate themselves with immortals.
Actually, they do not know it. But we should experience such a bliss as theirs. Their happiness in marriage succeeds ours.
Now don't you go complaining again, Hera. Whatever the circumstances of our marriage, no mortals have the right to pridefully compare themselves to us. Their bliss shall remain short-lived. Brother, it is not meet for the son of the morning star to have the clouds hang about his face.
I hope you never have a daughter, Ceyx, or another son of the morning star shall hang clouds about his face.
You are complaining about your beautiful Cyone.
That is the problem. She is too beautiful. Had she not been so beautiful, Apollo and Hermes would not have become so enamored of her.
But it is an honor to have the gods love your daughter.
It can have its disadvantages.
But you are the grandfather of twin sons, one fathered by Hermes and the other by Apollo. What more could you ask for? And in addition, Cyone has numerous suitors.
She has them, but having been loved by the gods, she considers them all inferior. In fact, she has gotten grandiose ideas about herself. She thinks she is equal to the goddess Artemis, and in fact more beautiful than she.
One day, one of her many suitors will catch her fancy, and she will forget her foolish notions.
I pray it may be before Lady Artemis catches wind of it. You know how vengeful Artemis can be.
Niobe is one example of that, but don't worry, Dedalian.
Again, I say, I hope you never have a daughter.
Cyone, I shall join you in death.
To bother you, dear, my dear, with my problems, but things seem amiss in our kingdom.
I know, there is a pall over the kingdom.
There is now an eerie sensation of unrest amongst our people.
Has anything happened to cause such unrest?
Yes, a great red-eyed sea monster is ravaging our people. He tears apart man and beast alike just for the sake of killing.
What could be the reason for all this death and terror in our land?
I don't know. Perhaps the gods are offended somehow. I am going to Clarius to consult the oracle of Apollo.
But Clarius is a perilous sea journey. Why not go to Delphi?
Delphi is under blockade by warlike Phlagans.
My husband, heed me. Do not embark upon a sea voyage. I had a strange premonition. In the dark face of the sea yielded ships, wreckage, and carved out hollowed graves.
My dear, you are overwrought and see things fanciful.
If you insist on making this perilous voyage, at least take me with you so we shall at least be together.
I love you better than myself, Alcyone, and I would not dream of exposing you to the perils of this voyage.
But
no buts, my sweet. I shall return within 2 months, then we can take up our blissful existence where we left off.
ours within those 2 months shall seem an endless waste of living for me. I shall only live for your return.
So the sooner I go, the sooner I shall return. Boreas, god of the wind, and closer yet, father of my wife, hear me. Calm the winds, if not for my sake, then for your daughter's sake. Spare her the grief of my untimely death. I am not craven in meeting death, I am craving in causing Alcyone any grief.
Queen Hera has sent me. She wishes to spare Alcyone, the queen of Thessaly, the false hope of believing that her husband is still alive. She wants you to send a dream to Alcyone which convey her the death of her dear husband, Ceyx. To somehow picture his death in a dream.
I shall send my son Morpheus to her. None is better than he at impersonating human shapes in dreams.
Hera shall be pleased.
My dear sad Alcyone, it is your dead husband, now dead. I have come to tell you not to waste your prayers for me. I am already dead. Heavy winds and mountainous waves crashed my ship and filled my mouth with water as I was calling your name. Dress yourselves in your widow's robes and weep for your husband.
Ceyx, where are you? Wait for me! Oh! Here is the place where so many times the cable was cast. But here is the place where so many times he's kissed me. He stood there at the deck so many times as I waved to him. My dear husband, the sea has taken your life, therefore will take madness also.
Zeus, don't you think you have punished Ceyx and Alcyone unduly for their presumption?
I grant you, Hera, I may have been too harsh.
Can't you do anything?
Watch.
Look, Alcyone and Ceyx have been turned into birds. I am glad they can always be together now.
No, my dear, their bliss shall still remain short-lived. For only 1 week during the year shall they live and breed upon those waters. During that week Boreas shall still the winds for them and guard his grandsons on the peaceful sea.